You're not coming in. Nope. Uh-uh. Alright, welcome back to Minetest gameplay of sorts. And, check out that sunset. Yeah. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna keep continuing to visit the Cliffside modern house, which is progressing nicely. So, if you like what you see here, please consider liking and subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. And with that, let's go take a look at it. The shell is done. And there's stuff left to change. I've actually, there's a lot of stuff I can change, which is built in. I'm going to leave this patio. I had asked before if I should leave the patios and walkways. And everybody said leave the walkways. And I agree. It looks a lot. It looks a lot better than having the house, but right up to the edges. So let's start on the second, let's go on the top. Take a walk around here. Did some decorating, got some fireplaces going on. I still don't know where to put a door. So I have to put a door. We have real nice views. This back area here. And I do have, like on this patio area, some doorways built in. You can have sliding doors. Same thing with off the kitchen. But in the kitchen, we have a little work area. I had to use the refrigerator because I haven't come up with anything better yet. And I used the sink, but I put a marble face on it. And that turned out really cool. Put the stove in the island and actually have ventilation. Goes all the way up. Change the filters. It follows it to the roof. I heard there's a couple people that review like houses, and they always go up to the roof to see if the ventilation shafts and the chimneys match. And this is all, I'm just experimenting with this lighting. So we have some chairs. Somebody left their food out. Oh, it was me. And some fake doors here. But the table turned out really cool. Nice little lighting. And these pictures are going to change. I'm trying to find something to fill that wall. So we come around here. We have a full bathroom with a skylight. Frosted glass. Yeah. Nice shower. There's going to be 2 full bathrooms. Oh, and you knew I was going to do this. I got leaking water still. So there we go. And then you come into the, like, I don't know if this would be considered a great room, but it's a formal living room. Nice little shelf. Just wall placement for some art. Couch, cushions. I got some fireplaces. I don't know which fireplace I want to go with. I'm keeping both of them. I like how it looks. If you're sitting in the middle here, you got this nice big TV we can turn off right now. And I'm not going to clutter it up with speakers and stuff like that. Just, you can sit there and believe that the speakers are hidden. But this fireplace has like a mantle. And I use these things called a brazier. The only problem is you got to feed them. You got to feed stuff to them to keep them going. But it has chimney ventilation. Goes all the way up to the roof, black stained glass, creates some doors. Or this one, which is similar, but it takes it all the way down to the floor and goes that route. So I have to decide which style I want to keep, because obviously you can't keep both of them. That looks ridiculous. But this one looks more technically involved, but this one I could use somewhere else in the build. Come around this side of the house. Nice little wall art. And that was all done using the circular saw, different little pieces of wool. But it's nighttime again. This has a lot of challenges to do with the blocks that we have. And then you come over here, and I got this whole dead area that I don't know what to do with. And every time you try to place something near there, you get that connected glass, which just aggravates me to no end. However, it did save me. So on the island, I finally got it to not connect, to look like crap. This is weird weather we're having in Chicago right now for the last day. Yesterday and today, just real bad thunderstorms, power outages last night. Yeah. So it looks like it's starting to go away and clear up. But we're supposed to have thunderstorms all day. As we come down here, this is interesting. And it just took off. So down here is where the office, there's going to be an office, a little workout room, and some bedrooms. And then this is going out to what's going to be the landscape features. So you come over here and you got this whole indoor, I've always loved the idea of an indoor garden. And the problem I was having stairs come down from the upper level into this level. So I had these wonderful, in the circular saw, you can make these, like, stairs. Duh. But they look like they're floating, and there's nothing that you can do to make them look like they're not, unless you have some kind of wall next to them where they're connected. So using the connected glass in the L panes, and X panes will do it too, every time I placed one, it would connect to the glass. And in this case, I did want that because it actually looks like it provides the framework for the stairs. And then it connects to the outer white stained glass and creates this nice little, like, atrium indoor garden. Yeah. I did have fish in there. They all disappeared. So I think that really turned out. I really like that. Put some lighting in, made it real cool. Nice little, if you're sitting at a desk working, you got your indoor garden. So I'm really happy with that. I think there is a fish left. There's one. He's hanging out above. It's got a waterfall feature. Although I can't hear the water. And all it is the papyrus. And I placed some dirt around this area, cut it out. And, obviously got stone here to support the stairs to make it look real, realism. But then I put in some jungle grass and some papyrus, strategically placed. And it should grow. I mean, I placed all that, but we'll see if it grows. And it's all boxed in. It gives this real cool indoor. See, now you can see. You're sitting here dining at a dinner party and you got, sun going up or down. Beautiful views. And there's a lot I need to learn about layouts in a modern house. I think I pretty much, I got, the flow going. But then you got right here where the rooms change. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this flooring. If I'm going to leave it like that or ultimately change it. Extend the walls, stuff like that. Tried making sure that all the pillars lined up. Give it a uniform look. So, and every time I feel decent about my builds and I look at other people's builds, Yeah. My little sad build. But it's getting along. It's getting along nicely, and the amount of comments that were left were fantastic. I really appreciate the everybody coming out of the woodwork and adding a comment. And we had a little a thing about these trees. I've tried cutting them down. I do have a hatchet. I've tried killing them. They grow back. The poison ivy grows back. It has something that Nathan had put in that it has something to do with the way the world generates and the seed that it works off of to generate the where the game places all the trees and stuff. And it should be that if you purposely chop it down, I got to move these over. I don't even know if I'm going to keep these. I wanted to do, I like them because this is an indoor-outdoor sort of area. But I have to move them over one to make them look good on the inside. See, there's my chimneys, my bathroom vent, skylights. And I'm going to be playing with this roof in the inner part here to hide this stuff and build it up. So you'll never see it from the ground. But on the ground, and I haven't started playing with this, if you take out these trees and you take a hatchet and you take that tree out, that should be gone. Because if I cut down one of these trees, it's not growing back. But this poison ivy, and if I go in and I turn poison ivy off, then I'll have all these unknown objects floating around. And I thought I was being creative and, everywhere I remove it, replace it with stone. But this game, what it'll do is it moves it over, and you can't kill this thing unless you use a hatchet. Well, if you're going to go through that much, effort to remove something, then the game should go, maybe he doesn't want that. Sorry, Mr. Chicken. I did not mean to do that. Yikes. I love animals. I'm not an animal. Yeah. So it's coming along really nicely. This area, all this area here, I'm going to start working on because now I hear water. That's water from over there, not from in here. This is all going to be retained but moved out. And then somewhere here is going to be the wood decking, which I'm still playing around with the texture packs to find out which wood that I want to use. I just can't, I cannot get, I'm not satisfied with any of the wood I see so far. So I have to redo this jungle wood planks. And there's other woods in here. I think there's sequoia. However, I don't think building a house out of sequoia wood isn't. I think sequoia is endangered. That's a nice look. I did not upgrade that. So coming out to here, and it's going to just extend and mimic this, and there's going to be a water feature. I have no clue where to put an entrance to get into this place. Well, I know what I wanted to do. Real quickly, let's see how this looks. I like the dark color. That's sequoia. And that's acacia. But you can tell the difference. I mixed and matched my packs. This is 64 by 64. These are 32 by 32. So I have a lot of playing around to do. And so nothing grows back there. We're going to replace that with stone for right now. These beehives too. You can't get rid of these things to save your life. So, so there, I have, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I'm really not sure how I want to play with. I've been playing with different blocks and stuff like that. The pillars that I used for the, plus I want to build that up. I don't like that too high, but that'll be built up with the landscaping. I really don't know where I'm going to put a doorway. If I come off the front of the house, I've kind of ruined that possibility. It's going to have to be off of this side, but where do I want to bring it in? Do I want to bring the entrance in here? Because I'm going to have to put a pillar up so I could add some doors, unless I do the Minecraft way and just do these fake doors, which that's fine if you want animals to come in and creepers and other stuff. Or do I do something right here? Which is, it's always a possibility. But then I'm coming off of here, and my idea was to come off of right here. So let's say I put a doorway. I put a doorway right here, which is fine. Come in, there's the dining room, there's the kitchen, you get the bathroom and living room. So you can come in here. Where would I come? Right here, about. So I am going to work on that and finish up this outside area, because I'm going to do some decorative things with this. This is really cool. So I can take, let's say I take these out right here, and then I go grab my white. And a lot of people may have already know this. And I'm going to do it on the top. So it kind of adds this real cool border. And I could take this up in white. Come in here. Just by knocking one back real carefully. I like that. I think that gives a real cool artistic, obviously a stained glass look, because there's not going to be any door here. This is all going to be open. This is open outdoor area. So I'm going to follow that all the way through. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the upper part. And you could do, obviously there's hundreds of different, or not hundreds. I don't know how many. There's all these you could use. And that's in the L panes. And there was another question of what mods do I use? So there's over 100 mods I've accumulated over the time. Plus with Dream Builder Pack, the main mod is Dream Builder Pack from Vanessa E. That one will give you majority of what you need to really have a lot of, to have fun and be able to create stuff. That gives you the unified inventory, unified dyes, all the bags, everything else. The main, and it also gives you, I've also had that question a lot about the hotbar. How come my hotbar is, twice as long? That's also done in that mod. And then I've added things like the vehicles mods, all of my chisel, my deck, my chisel, my landscaping. I've added those mods in there. There's a whole list of mods. So what I will be doing is, and it's going to take a while to re-find all the links, but in most of the videos where I highlighted a mod, there's going to be a link for that mod. And most of the mods can be found if you go to the forums and go into the user contributed mods and type in the keywords. 90% of the time you'll find them and be able to go from there. But I will put in a more formal listing in the next couple days to answer that question, and go from there. Because there's a lot of people that, you know, they see something that I use in my mod and they want to use it for theirs. And that's the idea. So that works out. You know, for the animals, I use mobs redo and stuff like that. Now, obviously the textures are a different issue because I mix and match Vanessa E's high definition 64 by 64 textures along with the standard textures. And that's unbelievably easy to do. I mean, you could just take something that you find, like all the glass and doors, because I despise, I can tolerate this with the little lines here because it makes it look, you know, like there's glass there. It's not an empty space. But for glass windows, they got to be almost pretty much clear for me. And I don't like the standard 16-bit or 16 by 16 and 32 by 32 textures. And when you saw me put down the wood, you saw the difference between the high texture and that. And then you just need to play with what textures that you want to mix in. So like these are all default. And I love the default textures on the stone. But I don't like the higher resolution stone textures because they give a weird pattern from a distance where these don't. And these even look good up front. You know, it's plausible how that looks. So it's all personal preference. And all I did was take those textures and put them in a folder and label that said folder and put it in my textures folder. And then you can just select it from your main menu. So when you boot up the game, you see that tab that says textures and you go in there and do that. And then, you know, obviously you have the mods tabs and stuff like that. So that's going to do it. I have a lot of decisions to make on how I want this area to look because I don't want this to be chunky, but it needs to look realistic and go from there. So leave me a comment. You guys were doing fantastic with the comments. I greatly appreciate that. The only question is which fireplace. I'm leaning towards the one that's flush with the floor, but I can use this one in another part of the build and go from there. So that's going to do it. Thank you for watching. If you like, please consider liking and subscribing. It builds my ego. Go from there. And I hope everybody has a safe, warm, dry day. It's still raining out here, and we will go from there. And I should have more of this landscaping done on the next episode and the lower levels I want to start working on before I really tear into this outside and get this all beautified and get this house done and dusted. Look at that. It came back. Oh, no way. At least I got some berries out of it. And, you know, and if you go back a bunch of episodes, I was like, because the first time I saw these trees were on Nathan's, in the one world that he, not Luna, he plays on a bunch of servers, and I saw those trees and I was like, I want those trees. Now I don't want those trees. I want them gone. Leave me alone. Stay away. Yeah, you stay out there, Poison Ivy. That's enough for the rants today. It just popped in. I'm going to put water all over here. It's going to be Water World, starring Kevin Costner. Oh, that pisses me off. On that note, thank you for watching. Everybody have a fantastic day. And we'll see more progress in the next video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Yeah.